Well, good morning, everyone. I hope that you got a good night's sleep. I know that I'm hoping that for our Vacation Bible School Kid Venture staff has rested up. We had a great night last night. Thank you for your prayers. And we're excited about what God has already begun to do. And we're hoping that more is to come. Great nights ahead of us, Tuesday through Friday at 6 p.m. at the Journey Baptist Church. Bring out your kids. They'll have a great time. Jump into Ephesians chapter number 2. We're back in Ephesians chapter number 2. And I want to show you something that I didn't share with you yesterday, verses 8 through 10. And they're very familiar to all of us. These are well covered by preachers, by people that put out blogs and things like that, or podcasts. Whatever people do, this is one of those ones that is kind of a familiar passage within the Christian community. And so I'm going to read it to you, but I'm going to share with you a part of it that I don't hear as often, okay? And so verse number 8, it says, "For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it's the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast." Okay, so we have the big part here. You're saved by grace. You can't earn it. You can't deserve it. You can't ever be worthy of it. But in verse number 10, he adds the kind of like a balancer here. "For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works, which God hath before ordained that we should walk in them." And so it's really easy to look at this and say, wow, I'm so unworthy and there's nothing I can do. I'm just a sinner saved by grace, which is true, and I could never earn it if I had 100 lifetimes, and that's true. You can't earn this. This is a gift that has been graciously given to you. But I want you to see the balance in that. It's not just so you can't brag about how awesome you are. It's so that you don't have to carry the weight of trying to measure up to other Christians that have a more notorious name or a more famous name. Think about it. You're not going to be Greg Laurie at Harvest. He's doing that, and so you may not be able to be that. You're not going to be Billy Graham probably. He's already done that, and there may be others. And yes, those are individuals with big names. John MacArthur, Chip Ingram. You just go down the list of various people that we know publicly really well, maybe within your own community. I know that Paul Chappell's a big name within the community of people that I connect with, and then we got Kurt Skelly. He's out there all the time. Then I'm involved in this thing called the Idea Network, and there's many pastors in there that are from much larger churches than me, and yet there's a commonality between us that we're all preaching Christ, and there's not a, well, I've done more than you kind of thing. There's a sharing there because we know that it's by grace that we're saved. It's not because they have achieved a higher line that they're saved worthy, and that I have to achieve that same thing to be saved worthy. God has saved us all, and it's not because of the works that we do even after we're saved, although God has created us for good works. In fact, we are saved by grace, not because of who we were before we were saved, but because of who God is going to make us into after we're saved. We are one of God's children. We are not who we used to be. We're a new creation, and that new creation can do great things for the Lord. But we need to stay in our station. Wherever God has us to serve there. Do your best. When you get to the end of your life, maybe you can also say, like Paul, "I have fought the good fight. I have finished my course. I've done the whole thing that God has given me to do." And each one of us has a different thing to do for the Lord. And so just realize this. It's not that you're always going to be nothing. You may have been nothing before you were saved, but you are something now that you are saved. And so work it out. Enjoy being a child of God today, not having to try to prove it or earn it or exceed some line set by someone else. God saved you because he loves you, and he extended grace to you because of who he is and what he wants to make you into. And I know that if we really get our minds around that, that'll help us have each day be a great day.